महाराज
जी जी।
हरिओम, नमस्कार। हम इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च एथिक्स सोसाइटी की ओर से इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स डे के अवसर पर आयुष समृद्धि ज्ञान गंगा के 1906वें पड़ाव पर आपका स्वागत करते हैं। बहुत बहुत आभार आप सभी को जुड़ने के लिए। मैं सभी से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि आप सभी वक्ता हैं, क्योंकि आज ये सब्जेक्ट स्टूडेंट्स पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट टिप्स, आप सभी गार्जियन हैं और गार्जियन सबसे बड़े गुरु होते हैं, सबसे बड़े टीचर होते हैं बच्चे की पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के लिए। तो मैं आदरणीय विष्णु प्रसाद शर्मा जी का सादर स्वागत करता हूं और उन्हें स्वागत प्रवचन की प्रार्थना वो नहीं है। आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री साहब।
धन्यवाद प्रसन्न शर्मा जी, आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा। आज हम अपनी अगली पायदान जो 1906 भी है उस पर पहुंच गए हैं, और जो इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट डे है उसके क्रम में हम एक बात तो कह सकते हैं कि हम टीचर हो ना हो, हम चिकित्सक हो ना हो, हम सोसाइटी के समाज के बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट या अदने से मेंबर हो ना हो, लेकिन हम सब स्टूडेंट अपने जीवन में जरूर रहे हैं। ये कह के काम नहीं चलेगा कि हम साक्षर हैं, क्योंकि प्रौढ़ शिक्षा बाद में आई और हमारे पेरेंट्स का, हमारे सब माता पिता का ये बड़ा धन्यवाद है कि उन लोगों ने हम लोग को पढ़ाया और छात्र बनाया। ये अलग बात है, शुरू में बच्चा स्कूल जाते समय थोड़ा सा वो डरता है। तो मैं आज के अपने अतिथि वक्ताओं का, डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी मैम का, आप डॉक्टर शेखर बसु जी का बहुत हृदय से अभिनंदन करते हैं, स्वागत करते हैं, क्योंकि ये विषय इतना अनमोल है, इतना अनमोल है कि स्टूडेंट का तो कोई क्षेत्र होता ही नहीं है। वो तो मात्र बनाया जाने वाला एक अनशेप्ड क्ले है। उसको बनाने के पीछे जिनके भी मेहनत होती है वो माता पिता होते हैं, शिक्षक होते हैं, मार्गदर्शक होते हैं, शुभ चिंतक होते हैं, समाज के बहुत ही ओहदेदार लोग हर जगह हर कदम पर उनको एक मॉडिफिकेशन और एक बहुत अच्छा निर्माण करने के लिए जगह जगह पर उनको निर्देश और उनको एक डायरेक्शंस मिलते रहते हैं। तो आज के इस शुभ दिन को मैनेज करने के लिए, इसको और अधिक अलंकृत करने के लिए हमारे साथ जो अतिथि हैं उनका हम हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं। और समय की मर्यादा को देखते हुए हम सीधे आमंत्रित कर लेते हैं। पहले डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी जी को सादर आमंत्रण है कि आप अपने विचारों से स्टूडेंट्स के, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्टूडेंट और स्टूडेंट मात्र के लिए आपके क्या कुछ निर्देश हैं, जिससे उनकी पर्सनालिटी एक ऐसी डेवलप हो सके कि वो अपने निर्धारित लक्ष्य को अपने प्रयासों से प्राप्त कर सके। आदरणीय मैडम डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी, स्वागत है। नमस्ते, नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
थैंक यू। आइए, वेलकम मैडम, वेलकम।
Very good evening. Very good evening. Thank you very much for giving me such an opportunity again on this auspicious platform. And today's topic is really highly interested, and I really overwhelmed to say something, because every day I'm taking classes, I'm rearing up students and developing their personality. Not only students like this class 1, 2, but they are developed students. They are in graduation, masters, and PhD scholars. So, in that perspective, I can emphasize and I can say that how the personality, the students' personality and students' development, is both are, we can say that the both parts of the same coin. So if the personality can be developed, so development of the students cannot be held. The personality is often associated with this, certain individual perspectives like the feeling, thinking, reasoning, behavior, attitude, all are relating with this personality. And globally, schools and stakeholders, especially today is the Global Students' Day. So global students, when we are incorporating this term international or global students, so there are some perspectives like our education educational status and our curriculum pattern and the other countries' curriculum pattern is totally different. Just because the system, the social, socio-cultural, socio-economic system is responsible for that. In that case, the students and schools and stakeholders are realizing the importance of student because a good personality has a positive impact in the society on one's attitude towards life sustainability. And in that same cases, at the same time, we can also say that the improves one employment perspectives and in adulthood. The modern world, today's world, which is education system focuses on incorporating the methodologies to help students develop passing personalities. This pleasing personalities and this the personality how they are developing. So why we are emphasizing on this student personal development? Why this development and personality? So when we are recognizing, the personality development, I can boast on this. It is the day one when the child are born in this world, the personality development is started on the day one. Rather, I will say that when the zygote has formed, the personality development started on that platform. Why? Because though it is we cannot dissuade the genetic approaches, but at the same time, we can see that the personality development is a process that aims to make positive changes in one's personality. This process helps an individual to discover innate skills and the strengths. In that cases, we can say that the changing personality is not possible overnight because this process takes time and mostly the result depend on the various factors like individual behavior, thinking, cognitive senses, and responsibilities pattern, the how they are talking, their attitude, everything is depending upon. So what is the main causes for this personality? What should we be emphasized on this? That is the socialization. This socialization process is very important for this being in the society. When the socialization started, we can say that family is our institution. Marriage is also an institution. Then we can get into the institution. The parents are your best teacher, best guide, and best friends. So when we are comprising and depending upon the parents, so how our behavioral system can grow up, it is depending upon family only. That means the everywhere, whenever the people used to ask from which family you are coming from, so your family background should be strong because the parents are the best teacher and parents are the best guide and they are rearing their children. Though there is a genetical similarities, probabilities, possibilities are there, which types of characteristics they will build up because the child when they are rearing up in the mother room, that time also they are the personality also developing because it is a interrelationship because they are getting what mother is doing, all senses are incorporating in this the child when they are also in mother room. So in that cases, we can say that a healthy personality can have a positive impact on the academic performances also. Good personality promotes well-being and the contributes to holistic development. How you will emphasizing on this holistic development? When a doctor will taking care of you and they are checking up, so they are only check up your ailment, what which diseases you are suffering. They will just test it. When the teacher will teach you, they will teach you your subjects like whether you are physics, your chemistry, your biology, so whatever they will teach. But when the development of personality is concerned, that means you should have the total behavioral pattern. And how this behavior is not the day one process, and this the socialization is also incorporating. Socialization is not the acquired character, it is a learned character. You have to learn how to talk, you have to learn how to behave, you should know how to behave with the seniors, you must know with the behavior with your fellow colleagues or fellow citizens like that. But in that cases, if you can say that, the how you can learn it, you should learn it from your family first, because your mother is the best teacher, your parents, your father is the best teacher. And the today's is also the world male days. This, in that cases, the males have the responsibility, because all the childs needs their parental attitude and the fatherly love from their fathers. And the students are growing up, because we have seen in the patriarchal society, we always say that the what father is doing, his son is also doing the same aspects. And in the, if we can look back to our forefathers, like our grandparents, the grandparents attitude should not be incorporated the parents attitude, and the parents attitude is also incorporating in the students attitude. So they must know their ancestors, because ancestors and the family background is our backbone, because this backbone is rearing up. When the child is rearing up in their family, they are getting the essence of this backbone. So what are they are, so how they will be growing up, so how, what will be their behavior, what they can do in the school, what they can learn from the society. So if you give the proper guidance at the childhood, at the time when they are rearing up in the family, so they cannot get into the any trouble in the society, because better academic performance promotes well-being and supports holistic development, is the very, is the key points of this students personality development. And this is the students holistic development. When the schools are getting plans, then the activities, the personality development, and the playing attitude, the singing attitude, then their attitude in every aspect. So they should know, they should be prepared in the holistic senses, because each and every time, each and every steps is the learning attitude. So today, this time, and till death, we should learn. Anyone, maybe the 1 year of child, we can learn it. So learning attitude will develop your personality, because goals of personal development will give you the skill orientation, the entrepreneurship, the youth affairs, then the sports, then the education, then the your creative activities, arts and culture, everything. In that cases, we can also emphasize on this, the development of the leadership quality, to realize their true potentiality, then foster a spirit of collaboration, and promote the ability to take risks and develop resilience. So risk taking is also, and the term also is a goal for to attain the personal development and development orientation. And the long term goals also been contribute, in that cases, the contribute to nation building, accept the values and democracy, and the secular state. So what is the secularism? We must know the secular senses, and the support the natives progresses include a sense of social harmony. And the short-term goals and long-term goals and activities are both, all are depending upon each other. So these activities will develop your personality, and activities orientation will enhance your potentiality in yourself. And the students should know the every aspect, that you should leave them. Sometimes we have seen that the parents couldn't go to the any kinds of the excursion or any kinds of the new places to visit over there. They used to protect me, because I should not send the child, because my child is precious to me. But you should have to allow them to mix with the other peoples, to share their views. If you can, they cannot attain, if they cannot mix with the friends and the other society members, if they are shy in nature, if they cannot talk properly, so this leads them to the suicidal affairs, because depression they used to suffer. Wherever they used to suffer from this depression, the depression should not be over there. At the same time, the trafficking, in that cases, if we not look after our children, and the parents would not look after their children, the child trafficking we have seen in the society. So in that cases, everyone has the responsibility to bringing up the children for the betterment of the society, not only the society but the nation building. This is the one case. And at the same time, in the holistic approach, there is also the Indian education system, and the education system of the world is quite different. That's why our 2020 policy has been emphasized on this, the globalization of the education. So hence our system has generated that there should not be any kinds of black drawback in our students. That's why they could not learn the holistic approach. So in that cases, we can say that the students are the very important, and their skills orientation should be, because we have to testify their skills in every aspect. We have to make them critical thinking, because now this modern system and this 21st century has invented the AI system. So in that cases, our students must be more progressive, and they should know how to learn this AI and AI generating world, and how to utilize, because if they know the education and their personality development should be in the holistic approach, then only they can support, they can get, they should not be get back, they can go ahead. So this is our system, and this system will give you the introvert to extrovert, extrovert to talkative, and talkative to hardworking, then hardworking to the mature. These steps we can go ahead, and we can say that the most focused point of this development of the students, we should encourage, the parents should encourage the students, not only the parents, teachers also should encourage the students to participate actively in sessions, classroom activities, etc. At the same time, help them to discover the strength, what strength they have. We have to help them, and the students can encourage them. Then only they can go ahead. And students decide on small goals, but we have to give them the wider scale, the wider goals. So when they can think beyond oblivion, then only they can reach to some oblivion. And focus on the creating a confident personality through adequate opportunities, share constructive feedback, develop a growth mindset, always keep negativity at bay away, kept in abeyance, and this do not let students shy away from the uncomfortable topics, and keep them engaged with the touch and of humor, and support skills like reaching to make them more confident about their knowledge. And this is the main thing for this today's platform. And also Ayush have the wider scale, and Ayush can develop the skills in every aspect. And because through Ayush we have learned, because Vedas is also incorporated in this. Vedas, Upanishad, Gita, all are giving the positive approach. Everywhere you will get the positive approach. So if we can enter into the positive approach, there is no negative approach. In the negativity, you will find out the positive approach. So this positive approach can enhance into the student's life, and they can get their betterment of their. Thank you very much. Thanks to giving me such an opportunity. Thanks a lot.
जय हो, जय हो, जय हो मैडम, जय हो। आप जो सब्जेक्ट लेती हैं, रियली आप जो भी सब्जेक्ट लेती हैं, उसे पूरा सोपान तक पहुंचा के दम लेती। ग्रेट। अग्निहोत्री सर।
Really, आपने सही कहा. I'm in dilemma whether she spoke as a student or as a teacher, because both sides are well covered. That what teacher wants to make a student, and what a student wants to become in his life. So very, very positive approach, and I think such type of teachers are the real say instructors and margdarshak of the life of the students. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So our today's next guest speaker is again Dr. Saket Kumar Basuji, who has got a complete knowledge in a form of ocean. So, and very naturally, we are lucky enough to have his knowledge being shared by him to all of us. So, I invite Dr. Sagat Kaur Basuji for his
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Agnihotriji. Thank you, Sharmaji. I'm always, very much privileged to be present on this platform. And indeed, the very nice format in which Madam has touched every aspect of this issue. I mean, there is very little left for anyone to say anything because she has provided every nook and corner of this issue. And I think that's why I said that from Ayush Samriddhi, we have to give her this honor of Gyan Ganga. Gyan Ganga, Professor Suparna Sandal Mukherjee ji, is because she is really a flowing river of knowledge when it comes to teaching, and because of her vast experience in this particular field. I am going to really conclude and highlight on a few points of challenges that I see. Will be a little bit of a devil's advocate in this particular aspect, in the sense that because Madam has already highlighted all the major points and the philosophical aspect, I'm not going to repeat that. But a few challenges that we see is, while we talk about personality development, and when I'm talking from a global perspective. I'm talking about from the perspective of both developing countries like India, USA. We'll do a little comparison too. Is like when we are talking about a holistic development of a child. Now, the first thing that comes there is the family. And where is the family now? The family concept has changed drastically. Agnihotriji, Sharmaji, when we used to grow up in big, broader families. Whether you are a single child, you had so many other cousin, brothers, sisters, we are all going up on the same household, or even we had brothers and sisters. The looking into the philosophy of life, and the first thing is to learn how to share things. Like we didn't have so much privilege of so much gadgets and everything that kids have today, whether it is in India, whether it is in USA. We are, bombarded with privileges. Our kids are bombarded with privileges. But at the same time, I think one of the first lesson of life they do not learn, and the reason I feel that they are transforming into selfish individuals down the line, is a part of sharing. Like, there used to be a little single peda, or what, there used to be one cake, or like a one small Christmas cake, or, one penda or something like that. And 5 or 6 of us used to know how to share it. It may be a little tidbits, like, it is not even a hard feeling. It is just your mouth watering. But that lesson teaches you a very important aspect of the life, is that life is sharing and caring. Like, I do not see the mic. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, you are here. Yes, please continue.
Younger brothers and sisters anymore, because they are not learning this anymore. Because like every one of us, or the child, the way they are being raised, and these nuclear families where there is no touch of the grandparents. Like, how much stories or how much basic aspects of life did we learn from our grandparents? But this association with the grandparents has transformed into our society. In Western countries, grandparents rarely stay with their family members and stuff. So kids do not get an opportunity to even know all these things that come into their life is very, very much eliminated, because there is no grandparents. There is no those great foundational learning that is very important, like stories. Our kids these days do not get the benefits of these stories of the princess, and it used to help and cater to the imagination. Today's child imagination is shaped by our mobile phone, right, or the television and stuff. So it is very unidirectional, one type. It is very materialistic. What alarms me when I see, whether it's a Western country or children in India or student, is how selfish they're becoming. You will see there are reports of cases and stuff where there are young kids who have killed or harmed another kid very seriously, where that particular kid does not even know what is harming another person. If you go into Western schools, one of the very challenging part of the education system there is not in the universities, not in the, like, while you are doing your masters or undergraduates or PhDs. Your extreme challenging part in Western education system is your schooling, because you are subjected to serious bullying. We in India, we could not imagine what a children or what a child goes through in Western countries in the school. There is abuse, there is physical abuse, there is sexual abuse, there is mental abuse. Sometimes kids do not even want to go to the school. So where would you develop a personality? And why this bullying is happening is because the child who is a bully is not getting any attention from the parents. Today's world has changed. Our husband and I both are going into jobs, right? So the time that we used to get from our family, unfortunately today, our children are not getting that same quality time. So as our economy is building, as our social system is progressing, as the entire world is turning into a global villages, we are also losing out these intimate interaction among family members, with our senior citizens from the family. So the value system, the ethics, the morality of life, when a children is coming or the kids are coming to the school, they're completely devoid of that. And then when it comes to the school, I find that, I mean, a very sad aspect is that other than the government school where there is a prescribed good salary for the teachers and stuff, our country is, like, dotted with hundreds and thousands of private schools, and they have beautiful buses, beautiful buildings, outstanding seminar halls, libraries, toilets, like where you can even have your lunch. It's so beautiful, maintained floors and stuff. But if you look into the salary of those teachers, including missionary schools, I'm taking responsibility why I'm taking this. They are earning less than our housekeepers, our housemaids, people who are working, as the peons and stuff. I'm not bringing down any person, but I'm saying the value of education in our country has become so less is because why? You will be astonished. There are salaries in the schools, in a reputed school, who earns, say, close to 100,000 something from the students in 1 year. He's paying 5,000 rupees to the teachers. 10,000 rupees to the teachers. It is less. Most private school will not agree. But why they are able to do that? It is because there is huge supply of affluent, students coming out from our universities. We are loaded with MA, BEds, PhDs coming out of our institution. They have no job. So even that 5,000 meager job, if I leave, there are 20 different people to take that particular job. But when I am doing a service for 5,000 rupees, there may be one or two who are dedicated to that. Most feel underprivileged, most feel deprived, and they do not put in their heart and soul into the job. So the teachers are not giving the quality of teaching, the value, the training that we used to look for. And this is spreading like a wildfire. And this is also being seen in other countries too, where particularly in the primary school level, middle school level, particularly in the non-government system where they have no prescribed salary, they are coming up with absolutely low, meager salaries. This could not motivate a teacher to give 100% in the class to help the students to learn about morality. There is no attachment between the school and these teachers. And if there is no attachment between the school and the teachers, there is not going to be attachment between the student and the teachers. And if we are talking about personality development, if you are learning from those who are actually deprived, actually very frustrated, actually who are crushed under this system of economic process, there is very little training that they are going to afford to provide to our next generation. This is sad. This is happening. The government is not looking, because most of these people who run the school are powerful people. They make money in millions, but they will pay, like, in meager amount to the teachers and stuff. This is devaluing our education. This is devaluing our education system, and this is devaluing the morality value of the students who are coming to the school. Furthermore, the other important challenge that is coming up, I mean, it has not yet reached in India to that extent, but it had reached to a deadly extent in Western countries, is the question of child right. Like, there is no doubt home. They are not being taken care of. They are beaten. They could be coming from orphanage. They could be coming from where the parents have separated, or they have found new partners and stuff and things like that. The kids are not properly taken care of. The new parents, the new families that they have moved in, they are not taking care of these children and stuff. So they're underprivileged. They're physically, sexually, mentally abused. They are also coming to the school, and they are extremely vulnerable. But the challenge for this particular part for the school is many of them are so deeply frustrated that slowly over the time, many of them turn into serious bullies. The abuse that they get in the home, they try to return those abuse to the new kids who are coming to the school. And this is detrimental. This is deadly in Western countries. Very, 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 very deadly in Western countries. As a consequence, education system is falling apart, even in Western countries. Like those who has gone through the school, for many friends, many colleagues that I have come across have said about horrific experience in their school days, particularly in Western schools, private schools, that they have been bullied, abused so bad. But why? But what are the teachers doing? They have capable teachers. Their salaries are much better and stuff. Why are they not taking care of the students and stuff? You would be astonished to learn that the child rights have becoming has turned into so severe one. You cannot touch a child. If a teacher, there are many teachers who abuse students, there is no doubt about that, but at the same time a teacher does not have any room for disciplining the students in Western countries and Western systems anymore. The child rights is so much, so if you touch a student, or if you have rebuked him, or if you have reprimanded or punished a student, you could get punishment from the system. The school board can punish a teacher. So what the teachers will do, they do not want to take part in any kind of discipline, or they let them do whatever they like. As a consequence, indiscipline, ill mannerism, poor health, and abuse, and particularly what we call ragging, it is called it is called bullying in Western countries, is becoming rampant, and the education system is ripping apart. How can you have a student with good moral values, morality? They do not get any protection from the teachers, so where to complain? How to survive in this system? It is deadly devastating. And you would see that sometimes you have to this, or read in the newspapers, you have listened to TV channels and reports, a certain student came to the school with a gun and bang bang bang, he has shot 10 students. This is bad, but you do not know the underside of the story. This particular student has been abused so bad, every day humiliated, every day tortured, every day abused, that it crossed the threshold. Because guns are so easily available in US homes, he got hold of his dad's gun or his grandfather's gun, came it with the school, and he starts shooting and stuff and things like that. It is a protest towards the society that does not give justice, in the way that the child rights has skewed in such a devastating manner that it is leaving no space for parents as well as for teachers to discipline their students or the rogue students. There needs to be this disciplining too. Like sometimes with your loving talks and loving word or ahimsa and those words, these are good to write essays, but does not always reflect in the in the realistic life. I do not think that one needs to use a cane to beat a student, but sometimes you need to have stronger words, to particularly to train students to become disciplined, or to understand that he is doing harm to another, she is doing harm to another person. Someone needs to explain. There are psychiatrists, there are psychologists, counselors, medical practitioners, this and that, but the society is being ripped apart. This has not yet come to India to that extent, but it is coming. It is slowly coming into our system. So while we are looking for providing good training, moral values, and those things, our basic system is so bad. For example, we talk about morality learning from our students, like say 30 years back, the way the students were respectful to their teachers, are they similar way respectful to the teachers nowadays? The relation between the teachers, whether at the school, whether at the college, whether at the university levels, have changed. There has been an attitude is that, like with the organization of the private industries, private schools in there, and people having a lot of money coming into their system, is saying, I am paying money, so this is the service. I am paying money, I will get a degree, I will get a diploma. So all these things have all these things are impacting our evaluation, all these impacting things our looking into the society and building up our students. So our basic framework of the society is not good because of economic changes, because of industrial changes, because of technological changes. As our society is undergoing modification, changes and evolution, so is the system that we are in, and it is impacting. I do not know, many of you may have seen a movie that came in, acted by Rani Mukherjee. It was about student babies being taken out from a mother. It did happen in Norway or Sweden or some other countries where they have very strong child support system. The student went to the school and said the mother has scolded them, and because it is a part of their system, active child rights in the social services came in. They took away the children, and they had to go through a humongous court fight, then even supported by the government of India, to get the children back. It is called, I think the movie was called Mrs. Chatterjee or something like that. Was outstanding, very well acted by Rani Mukherjee, revered actor. But the reality is that in Western countries, and this is coming into our Indian system too, I think it is very important to have and accept child rights or the rights of the student, but it is also important to know how to make them disciplined. There will be always rogue students, and they also have various factors why a student misbehaves. There are several social, economic factors behind that, religious factors behind that. We all need to take into this consideration. But because of these things, teachers are moving away from taking any responsibility of training them. So that's a very, very, particularly at the school level, that's a very, very challenging part. And last but not the least, if you would go into a Western university, if you are not used to the system and you will sit in a class, unless in rare one or two cases you will be very bored, like you are hearing the name of such and such great and great professor, but when you are attending their classes, you will see that they barely pay any attention in teaching and training the students. They barely touch the subject by the help of, excuse me, PowerPoint slides and stuff, just surface grazing the subject without no inspiration for the students and stuff. Why is that? In Western university and Western education system, the fight for research grants is intense, and your promotion and your recognition in an university or the colleges depends on how much research grants you are getting from private agencies or government. As a consequence, in spite of various teaching methods and stuff that they are developed, very little is actually applied in the classrooms. And in big classrooms, I found that students learn almost nothing. There are 10 bright students, they do not need any teachers. They can learn on their own. But the practice of morality, the practice of values, and these things are evaporating from the classroom because it is becoming more and more increasingly professional in Western universities. So those who are not used to the system, when I was a first new student, I used to find these classes extremely boring and frustrating because I learned nothing from the class. The teachers are teaching nothing, only a 10-25 PowerPoint slide or 65-70 PowerPoint slides that does not connect. They do not show how the equations are derived and stuff. It's all your responsibility. You have to learn on your own. Well, this is good, but I am also paying for this course to learn from you. I also have an expectation to learn from you. What are you giving me? The university is promoting the professor because he is bringing prestige to the university through grants, through more money, through awards. But is he training the students? Is he inspiring the next generation of students to take interest in physics or mathematics or biology or agriculture? No. They are just doing a menial job. Our teaching at the university, in many cases, are much, much better. The students are learning. However, because the grades of student and the education system is entirely different, it is not comparable. Like Indian education system is not comparable to the American education system, but they both have challenges. I would say the university education system, just because outstanding bright students come to their university and they move forward on their own, but the general education and the quality of education, morality, values, principles that are being taught at the universities are extremely poor even compared to the Indian universities in that particular sense. So all these challenges are also an integral part of, when we talk about this personality development, all these impacts, all these challenges are also needed to be considered by various, law formulating agencies, policymakers, and those who are looking for educational and our, philosophical strategies for creating better students at primary, secondary, and tertiary level needs to be taken into consideration. So with this, I extend my sincere, heartiest wishes to all the students around the world through this platform that there is lots to learn. There are lots of challenges, but there at the same time there are opportunities to you and learn to take responsibility. One of the biggest thing for personality development, I think, is a lack of accountability and responsibility. Our parents are not teaching, our teachers are not teaching the students to learn to take responsibility. If I have cheated, it is my responsibility. If I have not done my homework, it's my responsibility. If I have not packed my bags properly, it is my responsibility. The spoon feeding that we have in our education system by the parents is not a very good thing in creating good, responsible citizens down the line. Thank you very much. It is once again, a wonderful opportunity to share my views. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vasuji. Thank you so much. You really pointed out so many hidden facts regarding the teaching and relation between student and teachers. Of course, you put at the very beginning a very important point, that is the importance of family. And really, I appreciate this thing, and I would like to inform you that my mother-in-law was capable to divide a single piece of sweet to 12 pieces to divide the group of the kids around her. So this was
Amazing,
the
amazing. I think this is a
really.
great value system. Our kids, whether in India or America, if I compare,
Yeah.
all of them are learning to become extremely self-centered and selfish. Very, very
and they,
selfish.
they were really getting the taste and the pleasure and the love that it has been given by the mother-in-law, like that. Nine were their own, and of course the friends of the kids. So it was really a competition, challenging that everybody has got or not. If it is not, then she will again try to divide it,
Right.
just like Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi.
Absolutely. I
Who
say
who है
that
भाग
this
who
does
है
not
भाग पूरी
feel, yes,
जी
yes, yes. No,
who
I'm
है
saying
भाग
that
पूरी
this does
आधे
not
की ना
fill your
बोला
stomach.
sorry.
These
And that
small
is
pieces
still
does not fill your stomach,
survives in
but
our
it fills
family.
your mind. Mhm. It
Yeah.
fills your heart. It does not fill your stomach. It fills your heart, and it
Arts,
teaches
definitely.
you a very important lesson of life, that is sharing is caring. This is absolutely, completely missing in communities across the world. I'm not just talking about India or our Indian society and stuff. I have seen this in Western countries. I am seeing this in India. This is pathetic. This is very, very bad.
So thank you so much for pointing out this thing. And it is also said that in foreign universities, teachers are not giving that much information which the students are expecting. Students like you. So really, it is painful to hear this thing. Anyway, thank you so much. You made the day by putting your so many ideas to the international platform. And really, it's a pleasure to us that you people are with us and giving always sharing your knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sakat and Dr. Suparna, madam. Thank you very much, really. आप हैं, मैंने इसीलिए ये सेलिब्रेशन 11 वेबिनार का रखा, 1900 वाला सेलिब्रेशन, कि हमारे सब अपने उसमें इन्वॉल्व रहे। तो
Very
आप
nice,
लोगों से
very
बड़ा
nice.
अपना कौन है। थैंक यू,
Really.
थैंक यू।
Thank you. Good night.
Good
तो
night. Good night.
मुझे कंसेप्ट दीजिए, मुझे आप लोग मिलकर कंसेप्ट दीजिए कि 2000वीं वेबिनार कैसे ग्रांड हो।
ये भगवान, अभी से शुरू करिए तो कुछ बनेगा। सुपर
कैसे ग्रांड हो।
ग्रांड तो हो गई, सुपर ग्रांड बनाएंगे।
नहीं,
Absolutely करेंगे।
मैं इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरे को आप लोगों जैसा साथ मिला है। मैं 24 घंटे की वेबिनार कर सकता हूँ, 1-1 घंटे की, एक कंट्री के लिए।
अरे बाप रे।
अखंड रामायण।
अखंड रामायण,
अखंड IRES। हे भगवान।
अखंड IRES।
अरे बाप रे।
24 वेबिनार एक साथ एट ए स्ट्रेच, उसमें सबसे वीडियो मंगा लिए जाएंगे। केवल खटना मुझे पड़ेगा, तो खटता रहूंगा। आप
अरे
लोग
बाप,
सो के फिर रामायण में आ जाना, थोड़ा सो लेना, थोड़ा
दो तीन
रामायण में मेरी
दो दो
हेल्प
दो
कर।
दो, दो चार
अमेजिंग
घटक
अमेजिंग अमेजिंग।
दो चार घटक और आ जाएंगे। कुछ
हाँ
डे शिफ्ट के होंगे, कुछ नाइट शिफ्ट के होंगे, ये भी तो है। जैसे
हाँ, यही तो
बीएचईएल
कह
में।
रहा हूँ मैं।
हाँ,
वेरी
हाँ,
नाइस, ठीक
लेकिन
है, ठीक, कर लेंगे कर
होस्टिंग,
लेंगे।
थैंक यू
और
सर।